I'm going to preface this video to say that the intro that you're seeing was recorded prior to this, and the outro that you'll see was recorded prior to this, but I'm going to give you the flight footage as of now because apparently my goggles decided to not record the flight. The file got corrupted for some strange reason. Anyways, so I'm going to go out, I'm going to fly a pack basically like I did before, and I'm going to talk during it, but just know that this is not my initial test of these antennas, and I don't want that to cloud your judgment. But I will say this, these antennas are awesome, and you will see that when you see the footage. So, with that said, here's the intro I recorded earlier, and then the flight I'm recording now, and then the outro that I recorded earlier. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to test, and my neighbor started to roll up. He's going to cut grass. That should make it wonderful. Bless his heart. That's a saying in the South. You should look it up. Anyways, we're going to test the VAS Minion Pro antennas. The reason we're doing a test today and not anything else is we got some crappy weather coming, and I normally like to fly in the middle of the day when I'm going to do a little freestyle type stuff. So I'm going to fly in the morning here and just do an antenna test, and we'll see how well that goes. And we'll see how well this does with the volume, with the noise in the background from the motor. Anyways, let me get these on, grab my drone, we'll set up, we'll do the same type of test that we've done with all the other ones, and we'll just see how well these guys do versus the others. Honestly, I don't expect that big of a difference from the stubbies, but who knows, we'll see. My goal with these is for when I get the HDZero goggles, I want to use these and the stubbies, I think, primarily. I don't have the patches for areas when I need to like kind of go in deep, or I've got a lot of penetration, a lot of stuff I need to do. But typically I'm just going to leave the Omnis on there, I think, because it'll make it easier for packing and all that kind of stuff. So that's my goal with getting these. And I thought they might be a little different from the other stubbies with their range and whatnot. So we'll see. One other thing that I'm curious about with HDZero that I've not seen anybody talk about really is how does it use all the different antennas? Like, is it 4 different receivers and then it's just switching between those, or is it doing kind of like rapid fire where it's kind of doing some blending and stuff? I really don't know how that works. Does anybody know? If they know, it would be wonderful if you could shed some light on that. Some of the guys who are more in the know on that, if they could shed some light on how that works. Because depending on how that works would dictate how to best use the antennas, right? And what you should be doing with antennas to get the best performance. So, because every antenna has, you know, strengths and weaknesses. Some are better tuned for different spectrum, you know, parts of the spectrum and stuff too, so that makes a difference too. You know, just because one antenna works great on like R1, it may not be that great on the opposite end of the spectrum on R8, because it's not tuned as precisely, because, you know, an antenna will pick up a wide range, but it's tuned for a particular area, and so the more closer you are to where its center point of where it's tuned is, the better your performance will be. But then couple that with the transmitter and how much it outputs on various channels. So, and then frequency, the lower the frequency, of course, that goes farther, but you combine that with all the other factors. There's so many factors on all this. It's kind of crazy. And it's interesting to see people's opinions on it, and what people think, and what people know about it, and how adamant they are sometimes. And it's a wide range, just like with the physics on these things, man. The way that they work and tuning and stuff. There's so many factors there. A tune that works on the exact same build as somebody else's might not be that great than it is on yours, just because of minor differences. You know, crazy stuff. Anyways, let me get this set up, and we'll do our test and we'll see how that goes. Let's make the test a little more interesting this time. I want to stand inside my garage because the wind is getting worse, and I want to try to cut down on the wind noise that I had from earlier. So we will see how this goes standing in the garage. Let's make the test a little more difficult for these antennas this time. All right. Let's make sure I am recording. Hang on for a second. Check this. Yep, recording. Okay. And my neighbor, of course, is still mowing the lawn. All right. All right. Same test. Only difference is this time I'm standing inside of my garage, which should make this worse. I'm curious to see how well it's going to perform this way. This should be fun. This will be a much more interesting test, I think. I'm going to try standing with my head up right here. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go around the house. There we go. Oh wow, it's still really good back here. Nice. Okay, let's get down the street. Call him Bubba. Man, performance is excellent. Look at this. Hey, dude. Let's get up a little bit. Ah, we got. There was about there's about 4 houses in between us there. At that point, a little worse right in there. But remember, I'm inside the garage, which is definitely going to hinder this. Let's get up above that. Getting a little sketchy right there. But again, we've got, I don't know how many houses in between us, and I'm inside the garage. So now we're going to go down. That's my neighbor there, Alejandro. Dude's one of my favorite people here. He helped me fix my tree. Real sketchy right there. That was a real bad spot right there, but I'm kind of behind me and behind those houses. And I'm inside the garage now. But still really good down low here. I'm getting a little sketchy there. But again, I'm inside of the garage, which is definitely impacting this severely. Now this should be actually interesting here. The test when I'm normally flying down the street is usually pretty clean. It's still clean. I'm inside the garage there. All the way down. Nice. Very clean right there. A little sketchy right now. Getting a little sketchy. Okay, let's see what this is like over here in the playground. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Real sketchy right there. Oh, real sketchy right there for a second. Oh man, this is cool though to be able to do this. It's real sketchy. Yeah, right in there it gets real sketchy, but earlier that was real clear right in there. Surprising. I went all the way to the other side. I would fly to the other side just fine. But again, I was outside. Not inside the garage. So I'm adding an extra layer. And I'm right beside the wall too. So worst possible position you can be in for reception. Having a wall and a metal. I've got a metal shelf here beside on me. Too. So worst possible scenario for all this. Okay, let's go ahead and go up here. Getting a little sketchy there, but I could have probably went a little farther. You can see how many houses I did. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses down. So you've got multiple houses in between you there. All of them going through block. This is exceptional performance with these antennas, man. I am. Now, the one spot I used to have problems with back here was like right in here. It usually got real bad. This is really good actually. Like right back here was really bad. That's really good. Even on R1 with the other antennas, I still had a lot of noise right there, and I don't have nearly as much now. That's crazy. Let's go down the street. Let's go the opposite way down the street. Let's go all the way down. Let's go this way. Oh wow, yeah, let's get up. Real bad right there. It's interesting to see where the differences are in reception. I wasn't paying attention to the tree. Alright, let me go ahead and land this thing. I wish y'all could have seen the other place, but this is a pretty good test here. You can see where I'm at inside of the garage. I got a metal shelf there. I got my car on the opposite side of me. This is like the worst for interference. And check that tan line out. Look at that tan line. Look at that tan line. Look at that tan line. Oh man, yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to cut back to my original thoughts because I want you to get my original impression, but I'm going to give you my impression here, which you saw. Very good. Love these antennas. I think I'm going to get another set of them. So now I'm going to cut back to earlier. So, overall, I think I like these the best. I might actually go pick up another set of these and just use 4 of these guys on the HDZero goggles when I get them in. Man, yeah, performance of these guys, VS Minions, I think this is my favorite so far of all my stuff. That was looking pretty good even compared to my analog stuff. And I had somebody mention on the analog one that it really wasn't a fair comparison. Well, it's about as fair as you can make it. You know, I can't control how much output that Unify puts out. It's rated for 1 watt, which is what the VTx, the Freestyle VTx is rated at. Now, is it putting out more than 1 watt? I don't know. Maybe it is. Some people say it puts out 1.5 to 1.3. I saw some tests. I think it was a Gal Kramer. He did a test with it, had it plugged in, and then after it's been plugged in for a little bit and gets hot, the power drops back off down to about 1 watt, and it stays right at that watt even no matter how hot it gets. So I think it's probably closer to saying 1 watt. Now you might be able to get a little more, and if it's nice and cool it might be putting out a little bit more, but I don't think it's going to be that much. And then range, when you go up, you know, 0.3 to 0.5 watts isn't that big of a difference as it is from, like, say, from 200 to 1 watt's a big jump, because that's like 5 times the amount of output power. But 1 watt to 1.5 watts is only like 1.5 times the power. It's not really that much of the difference as far as range goes. It really is almost negligible from what I've seen. I mean, it definitely goes farther, but not drastically so. So, and then in an environment like this where you've got all this interference, I don't think it really makes that much difference. So, I think it's about as fair as you can make it with analog and with HDZero. The big difference I see with analog and HDZero, other than the range penetration, for me, is the way the breakup is. That's where sometimes I think you can see maybe a little bit better on analog than you can on HDZero because of the way the breakup is. And maybe it's just that I'm more used to the analog. I'm getting more used to this and it's not bothering me as much. But it is, the HDZero breakup is a lot more harsh, if you will, in the way that it does it. So I don't know, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. You guys can look at it, judge for yourself, do what you want. Like I said, I'm not going back to analog. I'm going to keep an analog setup. You know, always good to have as a fallback for sure. But I am definitely committed to the HDZero stuff. I really like it. I'm glad that I switched to it. And do I think it's better than some of the other digital systems as far as range and penetration? Probably not. But it fits my needs, and I like it. And I like supporting a small dude who isn't, you know, some big massive corporation. I like supporting entrepreneurs and, you know, small business. You know, I tend to like to do that. Anyways, that is it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Maybe we'll get back to some flying. I think the weather's supposed to clear off. We just got a nasty storm coming through, and so it's going to be nasty a little bit later. And it's kind of breezy. You saw that already. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.